Okay, thank you, Dr. Holden. Board, the superintendent has asked us to approve the agenda as presented. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Almond. There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion about this evening's agenda? All right, hearing none, I will call for vote at this time. All those in favor of approving the agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All ayes, Dr. Holden, so the agenda is approved.
All right, tonight we have a presentation from McBride Elementary, and I will recognize Principal Brittany Schneider, and I believe she has a video that she would like to present tonight.
Welcome to McBride Elementary School, nestled in the heart of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
We are thrilled to have you on our virtual tour today. Hey Rosalind, let's show them a few reasons why we love being a McBride Trojan.
Yeah, let's go. As you can see, we've got a lot of amazing things going on here.
Here at McBride, we always bring our A game, and this is how we make the magic happen.
All right, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Snyder. Anything you want to say, or did that video say it all?
That's it all.
All
What's the
right.
jackets? What did they get a jacket for?
Okay, so that's our coat ceremony that we started last year, and every 9 weeks, each grade level, the teachers have to unanimously choose one student they feel goes above and beyond with their conduct. And it has to be a unanimous decision. And so we keep it a secret, the kids don't know. The only people we tell is the parents. So we hide them in the locker room. And so we read about what the teachers have said about the student, but we don't say their name till the end. And then what y'all saw, that was our student success pep rally that we have each 9 weeks. And I think Arden, you must speak on behalf of the student body. Do they like the student success pep rally?
She's like,
They love it. They love it.
And you do that every 9 weeks, you say?
Every 9 weeks.
Every 9
yes.
weeks? That's
And
awesome.
so it's a big deal, and we talk at the beginning of the year, we try to set a precedence for, even if your name's not called, that we're all family, and we need to celebrate our classmates and somebody in our grade level that did receive that honor.
Right. All right, good job, thank you.
If you go to one of those, make sure you wear waterproof mascara and bring tissue. I was not expecting to be overcome.
With emotion, yeah,
It's something special.
it is.
Really neat.
I'll make sure I would.
Right, Clay, that's what I was thinking about. Yes, please do.
All right.
That's pretty good.
On that note, moving right along, no correspondence tonight, so we'll move into our business action items. For the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background material on each item or has discussed the item at a previous meeting. Consent agenda items will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. If a board member wants to discuss any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately. For tonight's consent agenda, we have the minutes from the March 20th regular meeting, the bills and accounts for March, as well as the financial reports, and those bank statements have been reconciled. We have a rate increase for rental of facilities that will be effective June 1. Solutions software subscription, also known as Assembly module for our meetings and policy management, the declaration of surplus items, and the purchase of 3 used vehicles. Are there any items on the consent agenda that a board member wishes to pull and vote on separately? Hearing none, Madam President, I recommend the consent agenda as presented.
All right, thank you, Dr. Holden. Board, we have been asked to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there a motion to do so?
I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Mrs. Almond. I need a second. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. All right, there's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion about the consent agenda? All right, hearing none, I will call for vote at this time. Those in favor of approving the consent agenda items as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
It's all ayes. Dr. Holden, so the consent agenda is approved.
All right, thank you, Madam President. Item B is the board policy consideration. I have a recommendation tonight to revise policy 5.10.5, which is our employee personal leave policy. It will need to be tabled after we make the recommendation, provided that we have a motion and a second. So with that, I recommend.
Okay, Board, the superintendent has recommended the revision of Board Policy 5.10.5, employee personnel leave. Is there a motion to approve this recommendation?
I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. King. Is there any discussion?
Just as usual, we want to table it tonight to give me an opportunity to disseminate this to our stakeholder groups and see if there's any input on
Feedback,
the
okay.
recommendation.
All right, great. Is there any other discussion about this policy script?
Madam President, I move that we table this recommendation to provide time duration for our state.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Davis has moved to table this recommendation. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. Almond. There is a motion and a second. All in favor of tabling this policy change recommendation, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any nays? All right, hearing none, this consideration of approval has been tabled. Dr. Holden.
All right, thank you, Dr. Rudolph. Next is our personnel report, and I recommend the board approve the personnel report as presented.
All right, thank you, Board. Dr. Holden has asked us to approve the personnel report as presented. Is there a motion to do so?
So move.
Thank you, Ms. Alwyn. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. There's a motion and a second to approve the personnel report. Is there any discussion about the personnel report that you've received? Hearing none, I will call for vote at this time. All those in favor of approving the personnel report as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any nay? No nays? They're all ayes, so the personnel report is approved. Dr. Holmes.
All right, for the benefit of the audience, under resignation or retirement, Mallory Willis, teacher at Muscle Shoals Middle School, retiring effective May 1st. Cheryl Lockhart, reading coach, McBride, retiring effective June 1st. Deanna McBrayer, nurse, McBride Elementary, retiring June 1st. And John Thompson, teacher, physical education, Webster Elementary, retiring June 1st. Under employment, Jeremy Clemens, PE teacher, Webster Elementary. Under other part-time special appointments and supplemental assignments, we have 4 summer school staff for Muscle Shoals High School: Holly Wade, Karen Posey, Danielle Hillman, and Jimmy Gay. Also 11 summer literacy camp staff, and you see those names listed on the personnel report. Also 9 summer literacy camp planning and preparation stipends, and you see those names listed on the personnel report as well. 1 community ed extended day program additional student aid to a previous list that had been approved. That's Brooklyn Prince. 28 community ed summer camp staff. You have that list of names in front of you. Also homebound instruction. This will be provided by Isabella Thompson, teacher at McBride Elementary. A JV football coaching supplement that was left off the list that was approved last year. Pat Robinson, volleyball assistant coach volunteer, Summer Nichols, pending background check. And then also we have a couple of employees requesting leave. You can see those names listed on the personnel report as well. All right, and then as far as a brief superintendent's report before we all head out and support the centennial events that are scheduled for tonight. Some student achievements. I do want to congratulate our boys tennis team. They are sectional champions, and I believe they're in Mobile. Is that correct? Competing in the state tournament right now. Other sports, our softball team will compete in the area tournament next week, and the state track meet, that's also next week. And so we saw a list of names that will be competing in the state track meet, and I'll try to bring those names up to speed at our next meeting. I do want to brag on our soccer team this year. I know some of you have followed the soccer team this year, but I'm telling you what, they've had the best season they've had in a long, long time. And for the first time in a long time, they've advanced to playoffs. And that'll be Friday night, I believe, at Hazel Green. They'll be playing over there. So if you get a chance, go out and support them. But we just appreciate the hard work and dedication of our soccer team and our coaches. Hopefully this will be their turnaround year, right? And we'll continue to see this kind of success in soccer. Few fine arts mentions. Chandler Myhan is a finalist at the Alabama All-State Band Solo Festival. I think that's on April the 26th. Lily Goodwin is one of 24 girls in the state to make the All-State Show Choir Festival. The high school chorus and women's ensemble both scored superior ratings at the State Choral Performance Assessment. If you'll remember, they had to postpone that because of Miss Bradford had a death in her family, but they were able to reschedule, and they both scored a superior rating. And we commend them for that. Boys and girls state selections: Emma Moore, Mary Cole Kinney, Max Tubbs, and Owen Hollander. They'll be representing Muscle Shoals High School at Boys and Girls State this summer. I did have one staff achievement. Meredith McClanahan, just found out about this today, was awarded a grant for over $3,600 from the NEA Foundation to attend the ISTE Ed Tech Conference. And so that'll be this summer, and I know she's super excited about that. We've had other folks go to ISTE before, and it's always a good conference to attend, especially if you're into ed technology and how to use that in the classroom. So we're proud for Meredith and appreciate her applying for that grant. I want to mention, too, if you got a chance to go to the concerts this weekend, the city, of course, we've got the Centennial going on, had Saturday night, Sunday night, big concerts both nights. But one of our students, Cohen Young, he's a senior and a second-year student at the Career Academy in Design Technology. He used their CAD software and MakerBot 3D printer to build a replica of City Hall that served as a cake topper on top of the cake that they had. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you got a chance to see that, I know Ms. Perkins put that out and was super proud of him, and we certainly are too. So But just remember, tonight's another big night. This will be the thing they kind of close everything out, I believe. There's a parade that'll be starting in about 20 minutes. And we have a concert. The Midnighters will be performing at 7, and I think at 8 there's a fireworks show. So just want to invite everybody out to that. Thank you very much.
Beauty and the Beast this weekend?
Beauty and the Beast is this weekend. You want to?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
Three shows.
Deal? Absolutely.
All right. Board mates, are there any other discussion, any comments you want to make, questions? Okay. We've completed our agenda, and this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.